All right. Hello, everyone. We are a little late today. I know. I'm sorry about that. But we are here. The show must go on, even if the show is a little delayed. It is May 26th, 9:26 a.m., and we've got a market that needs to open. Pete, what's up? Iceman, JJ, Kaladin, Sean, Paul, Sasky Rose, Matthew, I'm actually live for once. What's up? Philip, Bay, Ray, Jude, Pang Yotan, Steve, Ray, Broccoli, Bob, Zocol, Jason. Thank you all for being here. You are late. Yes. It says you says you are 8, so I didn't eat anything for breakfast yet. But I am late. Party on, Sachin, what's up? All right, so we've got some interesting stuff to talk about, especially in regards to our companies that we all follow. Palantir in the pre-market is at 1288. It did hit 13 in the pre-market. So one could imagine maybe when the market opens, it's going to continue to hit, get back into that level. But we're going to see where it goes from there. Right now, we're at 1288. Miami Ren made to win. Amit, you family now. I love it. Thank you for being here. You guys are family. That's it. I spend more time talking to you guys than I do to like my parents, to be honest. So it means a lot. Hello from Great Britain. What's up, Kieran? Noodler88. What's up, Jem? Hey, Martin, what part of the UK are you? That's a question for you, Martin. You got to answer that. Got sent to the Germany for the army. Get to watch the morning stream for the first time in months. Wow. That's awesome, man. Cody, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's open up the market in terms of where we're at going on. We do have a press release by Palantir that notice that FoundryCon will be named to AIPcon is official, and there will be 25 customers that will be presenting and showing some of their demos. It will be live streamed for everybody, and we're gonna see a lot of examples of AIP being used. So, kind of my point I've been making over the past couple of days about companies acquiring other LLM search engines to implement into their organizations. Palantir has 25 customers already using it, and there's some results that they have to show because they've been already in play, right? And so that's going to be really exciting to see starting June 1st, kind of what we get from an AIP perspective. Palantir, 1285 pre-market. Snowflake down, 147 pre-market. Apple, 172. Apple WWDC is also going to be super, super interesting. We're going to get a headset, and that headset is going to determine a lot around where the future of VR is going to go. So we're going to be seeing that. TFC, oh, look at that. $30.75 pre-market. Western Alliance up. PacWest up. So the banks are up pre-market. SoFi up 0.77%. We got Shopify up a little bit. It's going to be very interesting. And of course, NVIDIA continues its reign at $379, down just a little bit pre-market. All right, here we go. It is 9:30 a.m., May 26, 2023. Let's see where the market goes on this Friday. Thank you all for being here. The stock market is now open. Wake your ass up. Here we go. NVIDIA at 378. I saw a clip yesterday that says actually NVIDIA now trades 40 times price to earnings versus 50 times because of revised guidance. So NVIDIA is actually cheaper than it was before the massive run-up. C3 AI 28.7, Unity Software. We did an entire deep dive on this on Finance Junkies last night. So if you're interested in this company, you can go to the timestamps on the Finance Junkies episode last night. And we did a deep dive on what is the bull case for Unity, potentially a 4x if it hits a $40 billion market cap and a pseudo monopoly in the making. Palantir, 1298. Looks like we're going to hit 13. All right, there we go. We hit 13. 13 is here on Palantir. We'll get back to Palantir and we'll see if we can cross 13. It's really nice being stuck in this 1250, 1260, 13 range because it means like 11 and 10. We're just not even touching, we're just like staying the course of at this level. And then it's just a question of, how much further can we go up to be able to keep going. DNA 154, S&P at 415. So we've got that. Tesla at 185. What else do we have? Bitcoin at 26,000. PacWest down just a little bit. SoFi 523. Zoom 6550. Kathy Wood sold Oler NVIDIA yesterday, but she also sold a couple 100,000 shares at $150 in what was the time? in November. And the sad thing about that is, like, I don't know what she bought after selling it, but the idea that Nvidia wasn't innovative enough for her, it's kind of insane, to be honest. But nonetheless, that's what was done, and I guess that's what makes me kind of skeptical sometimes when I think Kathy's, all in on understands Palantir. I'm like, I don't know if she understands any company. Microsoft at 325, Google at 125, Nubank at 674, Opendoor 220, Amazon 116, Spotify 147, AMD 121, Robinhood 861. Robinhood again been stuck at that $8. They have $6 billion on their balance sheet, and they have a $8 billion market cap, $7.79 billion market cap. Really want to buy this stock, but I just don't think their business model has any legs to it. JP Morgan at 135, SL Green at 2151. Overall, a flat market today. Nothing too crazy. Palantir again at 1297. Not much changing, but also not a lot of down on this market. Let's see what we've got. Wake your asses up and party on. Amit, any thoughts on Path? I'm gonna go deeper on Path. I know Path is one of the only stocks that's in all 6 of the ARK ETFs. Robotics, obviously, ARK is a very big deal. Path is a presumably leader in robotics, so we'll go deeper into that. But don't understand too much of what is the overarching bull case for Path. If Palantir does hit $15, do you still plan on selling for a quick profit and getting back in? No. My average is 15, so if it hits 15, I'll be happy that we're at 15. It depends on, hopefully we hit 15 not in like one massive spike, right? Because then it's just naturally going to come down. So if we hit 15, I'm not selling at my average. Like I've been waiting for a while to get there. So yeah, I'm gonna just be happy we're there. I don't know if Kathy understands any company, but it's like, how do you sell Nvidia at $150, right? Nearing its lows when a correction is coming right back, or a mean reversion is coming based on it was already down 60%. And GPUs, computing, you're the one who says AI is a $90 trillion market. Who's going to make all the chips to supply all that AI? It's just basic stuff. I mean, what researchers are you hiring that can't figure out that? Roku, Zoom, Teladoc are more innovative than Nvidia. I'm not even trying to Monday morning quarterback that. That's just insane to me. That is just like at some level, we have to be like, what are they doing? Like, what are they talking about? This is crazy. Okay, Palantir 1314 and 300 people in the live stream. Thank you, 300 people for being in the live stream. It means the absolute world to me. And we've got Palantir at $13.14. So we just blasted through the 13. We haven't touched 14 yet. And we got to 1366 after hours when Nvidia went up. So that is, I guess, the question to see if we're going to be able to hit through there and get a little bit stronger on there. Selling Nvidia is fine. Buying Roku, Hood, and Spot, yeah. And she also sold at a Spot, which is just and she took a big loss on that. And it was very confusing when I saw that, man. Investors missed over $200 million on profits. That is because of the sell. Morning, Broham. Tony, thank you for being here. Good morning. Ramu, hello. I guess Ford thought that the Magic Dock wasn't good enough. Yeah, so this Ford-Tesla partnership was very interesting. Apparently, Ford and Tesla, Ford, I don't understand the entire partnership, but Ford is leveraging some of Tesla's supercharger networks, and they're going to be building something in conjunction with Tesla. It kind of like them kind of bowing down ultimately at the end of the day. I was listening to a little bit of the Twitter Spaces yesterday where the Ford CEO was basically saying, yeah, Tesla's steamrolled the entire auto industry, especially in EVs, and we would love to, be partners with them. This is one of those things where it's like, look, if you can't beat them, join them. And it seems like Ford, GM, these other guys realize there's no way they're going to be Tesla. So if they can leverage any of Tesla's infrastructure to be able to help themselves, that's probably a good thing at the end of the day. And probably not the worst thing for the entire markets. Speaking of that, let's take a look a little bit at this Ford partnership and try to understand why Ford and Tesla are working together and go a little bit more deeper on that. So let's go here. After this, we'll take a look at if the tech rally is here to stay and where we think tech stocks are going.
Starting early next year, Ford owners will be granted access to thousands of Tesla superchargers across the United States and Canada. It's part of a new partnership announced on Twitter Spaces by Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Ford CEO Jim Farley. Farley joins us right now, first on Squawk Box this morning, to talk more about it. And Jim, welcome. This is some pretty big and pretty surprising news.
Yeah, well, it was a big week for us, Becky and Andrew. And this announcement, we think, will really help our EV customers have a much better experience.
You know, it was surprising just from the perspective that you all are rivals. I don't know if you want to call respectful rivals, frenemies, something along those lines. How did this deal come about? What happened?
We've been actually working on it for a couple of years. You know, we know that charging, we're number 2 in EV sales in the US behind Tesla. And we know charging is a really big deal for our customers and adoption. And we're now scaling, we're like basically doubling our EV capacity this year. And we're going to get to 2 million in a couple of years. So this is a big deal for the company and for our customers. And we have about 10,000 fast chargers now. This is going to double that. So 22,000 fast chargers. It'll be the best network of fast charging in the country for any brand, and that's why we were interested in it. We also like their locations. We like their charging technology. It works really well as well. So in 25, we're going to put their plug on our vehicle.
Okay, so that's the partnership. It's essentially a charging partnership. Ford is on the way to doing 2 million vehicles, 2 million electric vehicles in a year. Tesla is presumably going to be doing 1.8 million or 2 million this year. And they're on the path, as Elon says, to potentially 20 million by 2030, which would be absolutely bonkers if they're able to get there. My, quick thoughts on this, the implications of licensing out the supercharging network to other manufacturers. Obviously, there's some revenue that Tesla is going to be able to connect from that. But we were talking about this on Finance Junkies. All the data that Tesla gains is not just a competitive advantage for the FSD portion of the business, but also what they can do from a big data licensing perspective, right? Wejo's entire business model is built on collecting all this data from OEMs because their sensors are in these cars. And then, for example, like traffic and insurance companies. And when I mean traffic companies, I mean companies that are looking at traffic data to be able to like make better decisions for infrastructure. They can leverage all that data. And as a result of leveraging all that data, they can make not only better decisions, but they can save lives, right? In terms of underwriting policies for insurance and all this stuff. And that's a data problem. That is a side of the business of Tesla that I think a lot of people don't talk about. But Tesla has all the data. And so if Tesla just licenses that, that can be a lot. Samrat, sup, bro, Amit, here to support you and get infotained. Thank you to be here. Infotainment. Yes, that's what we're doing. Information that's entertaining, because that's what we do on this channel. We entertain and we provide information. 1317 on Palantir, up 2.53%. Look, I think it's been a hell of a week for Palantir shareholders. And to see this stock go from what it has done, let's go to the 1 month right here. I mean, we were stuck. Let's actually go to the 3 month. That'll be better. Yeah, we were stuck at look at this, 719. This was in March all the way to 740 from May. 719 to 740 in May. And then we had those one run up, you see right here back in February, February 10th, all the way up to 1035. And then for the next 4 months, just stagnant, basically no man's zone. And then we saw this. And this right here, I think, is just been amazing for a lot of shareholders. A lot of people had time to load up around here. So a lot of people are sitting on some gains. And this is where the big boys came in because they finally got GAAP profitability. I think this is what SoFi's chart is going to look like, quite honestly. SoFi's been stuck at this $4 to $5 mark. When they get GAAP profitability right around here by Q4, this shit's going to go up. And it's going to go up very nicely. So that'll be really interesting to see if it happens for SoFi, but it's happening right now for Palantir. Now, if we can maintain GAAP profitability and this AIPcon introduces AI to a whole host of new investors, and the demand that we're getting from AIP actually establishes a stronger demand for the stock, right? Because people are seeing that there's more potential revenue coming in, and then we actually beat expectations on revenue. This is going to become, we're going to say goodbye to the 13s and start moving forward. Remember on NVIDIA, the clip I saw yesterday was really good in terms of its revaluation. This is the new normal. Why would anyone sell NVIDIA stock right now? One could argue, yes, it's overvalued, sure, but there is no competition for this company. The growth is only getting bigger and bigger and bigger because AI is real. It's not crypto. This is something that's actually happening in the real world. There's a real business use case for this. And we see what's going on. ChatGPT 9.5 is going to have massive amounts of computing power, right? And all the ChatGPT type competitors, and they're going to end gaming, healthcare, all the VR. You need graphics, you need chips, and NVIDIA is one of the only companies in the world that's actually going to be able to supply that demand. So why would you sell? Which is why I don't think we've seen a market sell off, right? It's gone up 20%, and we haven't seen the market sell it off because they're kind of recognizing that the demand is always going to be there. And so it's interesting, and we're going to see if that happens. I have to ring the bell because I have 15 minutes and 4 seconds. Thank you, everybody, for 400 people for the 5th time this week in the live stream. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for Hundo. Thank you. That is awesome. That is awesome. I appreciate it so much spending your morning with me. 400 people means the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You think Truflation is credible? It says inflation below 3%. Well, speaking of inflation, we've got some stuff to talk about on that side. Inflation actually rose 0.4% in April in the personal consumption expenditures index. Now, the PCE index is not similar to the CPI. CPI is the more broader index for how we understand inflation. This is the index for how people are like spending and what they're spending on and what that means for how much things personally cost them. So let's take a look at this. This one isn't the end all be all. I think it rose last time as well. CPI matters a little bit more, but because it rose last time, CPI only went from 5.1 to 4.9. Truflation might be correct, but this index, which is what the Fed uses, is going to potentially lead them to raising rates. And we'll talk about raising rates in a second.
We're just seconds now away from the new PCE inflation data, personal income and spending numbers, and durable goods orders. Take a look at the futures right now. We are in the green, Dow up about 54 points. You're looking at NASDAQ up about 50 points as well. The S&P 500 up about 7.5 points. Take a look real quick at the 10-year note because I want to get to Rick Santelli, but the 10-year now at 3.783, the 2-year at 4.489. And Rick is in Chicago.
A litany, a long list of numbers. So viewers, listeners on the radio, you want to be very patient here because all of these numbers, durables and income numbers, can be market moving. Durable good orders, April preliminary, up 1.1%. We're expecting down 1%. And last month revised from 3.2 to up 2.8, still solid. Take out transportation. We could see where all the gains came from. Now it drops down 2/10. And if you look at capital good orders, non-defense ex-aircraft, a proxy for capital spending, it is up a whopping 1.4%, much stronger than we are looking for. And in the rearview mirror, we have minus 1.1. That 1.4 is significant. It's the best level since the end of 21. And if we look at shipments versus orders, shipments were up a strong 0.5%.
Now, let me share this tab as well because he's going to get to some of these. He's going to get through a lot of numbers, but these are the ones that matter. Core PCE price index rose 0.4% in April and 4.7% from a year ago. Despite the higher inflation rate, consumer spending held up well as personal income increased. Spending jumped 0.8% for the month, while personal income accelerated 0.4%. That right there, I think, is really important to understand. So personal income accelerated 0.4%. People made more money in April, which means obviously they spent a little bit more money, which jumped 0.8%, which is why the PCE rose a little bit, 0.4%. Now it's a slight higher, increase than was expected. So it shouldn't have a massive effect on CPI and sort of how the Fed thinks about it, but it is an increase. The Fed has constantly said we need to get inflation or we need to get unemployment up to 4.5%. That's not happening. I think unemployment's right now 3.6, 3.7%. We haven't had mass think of all the layoffs you've heard. Amazon, Facebook, what Apple has done layoffs, Google's done layoffs, Microsoft's done a little bit of layoffs. No layoffs have been like, GM or Ford or just like massive, blue collar jobs that are just starting to get laid off. A lot of this has been like corporate C-suite executive type stuff that is mid-level managers that have been replaced that are just finding jobs in different places from larger tech companies. So as a result of that, the job market is still incredibly hot. It is competitive. It is not as competitive to get a job because there's so many jobs out there that are available for people to get. Immediately following the report, the market price swung to a 56% chance that the Fed will enact another 0.25 percentage point interest rate hike at the June meeting. And this is not something that only the market has been saying. I think a lot of people, as I've been reading over a couple of articles in the past couple of days on the Wall Street Journal, have said that we are more likely than not to get a rate hike. And to be honest, I kind of agree at this point. The Fed targets annual inflation around 2%, meaning that the current levels remain well above the goal and leading to the likelihood that the aggressive moves the central bank has made over the last year or so could remain intact, which means if you put a gun to my head and said, Amit, do we pause? Do we get a rate hike? I think we get a rate hike. And if we get a rate hike, then, it's going to take more time for the market to recover or things going to be for things to be a little bit more better. Now, granted, after the next rate hike, I think we finally will get a pause, especially if CPI comes in from 4.9 to around 4.3. We need a massive reduction in CPI for the Fed to be like, okay, not only is the CPI underneath the Fed funds rate, we are continuously increasing the Fed's fund rate, even though CPI is coming down. It's going to be almost 3% by what? September, October? Like what? 3.5, 3.8%? Like you're going to have what, a CPI or a Fed funds rate of 7%, 6%? It's just not going to make any sense. And so hopefully we'll get a pause starting in the fall. Amit, will you be live streaming AIP Day? If it is allowed, then yes. I don't know how they're going to be showcasing it. If it's on YouTube, then yeah, I'll live stream it. We just have to see if it's possible. I think they hike, but it is a mistake. Yeah, I think so as well. Where was the Palantir live stream yesterday? Yeah, I was not able to do daily Palantir yesterday. Had some stuff with my folks, my family. So wasn't able to do it yesterday. Tonight will just be Palantir Weekly. And the next week we'll start normal. There was more than enough Palantir news. Let me tell you that. One of the videos I didn't even get to put out yesterday. Again, yesterday just got super busy. I only got to do my Snowflake video, but I had 2 videos lined up, and it was the Palantir Ukraine new PR that came out. So for those that didn't see it or get a chance to see it, we are now building out the entire infrastructure to digitally transform Ukraine, which is just absolutely insane. So let me show this AIP highlight first, and then I'll get a little bit into that press release as well. So here's the press release we got today. Customer keynotes at AIPcon include Cisco, Cleveland Clinic, HCA Healthcare, Jacobs, JD Power, Panasonic Energy of North America. These are some of the customers that have been using AIP. And we're going to hear from them. Now, Cisco, I didn't know Palantir was working with Cisco. Cleveland Clinic, we knew about that. That's going to be exciting. Cleveland Clinic is one of the largest clinics in the United States for medical and academic research. That one's going to be really, really exciting. Rohit Chandra, Chief Digital Officer, would like to see what they have to say. HCA Healthcare, Jacobs, we know about them. They just talked to Mad Money with Jim Cramer, JD Power. Didn't know they were working with Palantir. And Panasonic Energy of North America, I did not know Palantir was working with them either. And so here we have from here. Palantir CEO Alex Carp will share opening remarks. CTO Shyam Sankar will provide a detailed look at the newest release of Palantir AIP. And Palantir AIP enables customers to activate large language models and other AI on the private network. Now, what the press release should have said, Palantir CEO Alex Carp will share opening remarks. I think if they worded it that way, that would have been a much more accurate representation of what was going to happen on the press release. Having said that, additional speakers and customer demos showcasing the use of AI technology throughout the afternoon will include executives from Molson Coors, Cardinal Health. Oh, Cardinal Health's going to be a good one. Cardinal Health's going to be a good one. They control so many different hospitals. RBC, Lockheed Martin, PG&E, Tampa Bay General Hospital, Dish Wireless, Siemens Healthineers, PwC, and more. PwC, we might see CodeStrap make an appearance there. And we'll see what's going to go on there. So this is going to be big. This is going to be super, super, super cool. And then a couple quick highlights from yesterday's PR. And again, I'll have a video that goes even deeper on it, is right here. Palantir will expand its support as a strategic partner of Ukraine across a range of areas to deliver the following shared goals. And this basically talks about supporting and coordinating a reconstruction of all of the war-torn infrastructure that has gone without in Ukraine from a digital perspective, which is going to be important. I don't even care if we're getting paid for this, because just rebuilding an entire country from a marketing perspective is so important, but also from an ethical perspective is so unbelievably important. Granted, Joe Biden gave Ukraine $100 billion. I think some of that is going to come to us, given Palantir has been on the floor since day one, helping out and doing what they needed to do. So this is going to be super cool. Don't make fun of Carp. Like I've got to. That's the most fun part of Carp. Okay. I'm an investment consultant. I've had a lot of planning with clients in the last few months who have been getting laid off. Hopefully not what's to come for more. Yeah, I mean, look, we'll see. I mean, the summer is going to be interesting. This whole sell in May, go away stuff has not really happened, to be honest, but maybe it's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Palantir, by the way, is at $13.14. So it's still staying high on a Friday, not selling off yet. And we're going to see kind of where it goes from there and if it continues to remain. Now, here's a video I want to show. This is about a 1 minute, 50-second video. All this stuff that's going on with Palantir and Snowflake, Carp talked about everything that was happening and that was going to happen with Snowflake and with tech companies and with essentially steak dinners and PowerPoints about a year and a half ago. And I found this clip. I want to share it because everything he's saying is coming true. And to me, it is nothing short of visionary, what he's describing in terms of how technology companies are going to adapt and what's going to happen to the ones that survive. So let's take a look at this.
Take a shot at your competitors for a minute. So, or your would-be competitors. Some of them have a lot of nice products. It strikes me as the non-technologist, their products are narrower than yours, maybe more easily digestible, certainly more easily saleable. How do you think about, the Snowflakes of the world, the Databricks of the world, and that product suite, as it were, compared to yours?
Well, that's both a shot at them and a could be a legitimate, critical, interesting question about Palantir. Our products are deeper than any other products on the market. Have an institutional veracity that's differentiated. Are doing things that are arguably more important. I don't think anyone would. I don't think that's really subject to debate. I do think what is a legitimate question is if a product is future oriented and requires a depth of understanding of the product, and or it doesn't inherently map to selling a wrench to a pre-existing technical org, will you capture the full value of those products? So I think you can ask the critical question of various companies. You mentioned too, there are many. Are the products actually thick enough to be valuable? You could ask the question of Palantir, is it thin enough to be fully monetized? And I think both questions are legitimate. What I would say is our view at Palantir is we're very differentiated in building these products before they exist.
So the reason I wanted to share that is because Snowflake is down 15%. I mean, let's take a look at Snowflake stock as well. The reason Snowflake is down is because the market is starting to recognize that they can't grow at the pace they were continuing to grow. I have some people that actually work in the IT space that were talking about Snowflake, that use Snowflake, and they were telling me, bro, Snowflake is used by everybody already. And there's no, by the way, Palantir at 1330 now, nice 3.5% increase. There's nothing that they do that's so fundamentally unique that is going to create some new acceleration of growth, right? We see it went from 185 to 143. And so the reason they had to acquire this new AI company that does quote unquote generative AI is to try to appease the market that they have an AI presence, but they actually don't. And if they don't have an AI presence and they're not meeting expectations, the market's not going to give them what they want at the insane, let me say, insane valuation that they are at. And so when Carp is speaking about these companies that are, they don't really create products that matter for people in the future, they are thinner than us, but we are thicker. I would have thick over thin every day. Don't clip that. But I would rather have thick over thin every day, because when something's thick, that means it means something, right? There's some meat on those bones. When it's thin, it's a commodity and it can be used, and you can thinnerize the thickness and modularize it and sell different parts of it, but you can't make the thin thing thick, because you can't bake more meat into those bones. And so I think that's kind of the overarching narrative for why you would want to bet on Palantir, even if their go-to-market sucks. If they can figure that out, which I think it's possible, then it can keep going forward from there. Palantir at 1334, up 3.8% on the day. A nice upwards move. Do we hit 14? I don't know. Look at Super Microcomputer, up 5% on the day, up almost 6% now at 219. This is one Chris has been talking about since it was $70. It's going to benefit a lot from what's going on with NVIDIA, and Palantir also benefiting from the AI craze. I also agree. I like him thick. I knew you guys would. I knew this would happen. Look, I like him thick too. Okay, I like him thick too. Carp looks good with the beard. Yeah, I like Carp with the beard. This video was from early 2022, January or December 2021. It was a while ago, but he was talking about it, and I was like, well, he made his analysis of what was going to go on with the market. I'd rather thick over thin any day. Amit 23. I want that on a t-shirt. Amit, just how Palantir is the picks and Solo short of speak. Don't you see Unity as the same? Yes, I do. And I'm a little bit more convinced after we talked about it for like 40 minutes yesterday. So if you want to see us talk about it, Finance Junkies last night, it's in the timestamps. Unity was, I mean, look, there's a bull case on Unity. Now the stock-based compensation dilution is a bit insane, but if you believe in the overarching bull case, then there's a narrative to buy Unity at this valuation. 1340. Is it just running? Is it just choosing to have a little run right now? It's not going on a jog. It's going on a run. What is it doing? 1342. Why is it running so quickly right now? Look at the volume just increased by you see the volume right here? I wish Webull let people zoom in, but the average volume is 46 million, and today's volume is 17.4 million, 17.7 million, 17.9 million. There's like 200,000 shares being traded every second, 17.21 million. Like average volume is 43 million. In the first 20 minutes of the market being open, we're at 1/3 of the average volume, and we've hit about 90 to 100 million every single day for the past week. It's running a little bit. It's running. It's doing a little. And see, the indices are flat. In all of this, the indices are flat. And this is just the interesting part about this. The NASDAQ, the overall market is not moving up. Well, NASDAQ 12,000. Okay, NASDAQ is up today. NASDAQ 12,808. That's awesome. But individual tickers are moving up a little bit more. You can thinnerize the thickness. Yes, that is. Admit you should be buying more Palantir. You are the Palantir guy. Look, I actually did buy 5 shares yesterday at like 12.40 or something. I'll see. Look, this is at 52-week highs. I don't plan on buying right now. I had a couple of extra dollars yesterday. I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy 5 shares because my average is still 15, so I want to get it lower. But let's see. Let's see if we hit 14. Let's just see how far we can go. If we get to 13, like 89, I'm buying 1 share and getting us to 14. That's what we're doing. Lisa says, hi, sorry I'm late. Is snow a good level to load in? Now, from a market perspective, maybe snow is a good level to load in just on pure technicals because it's gone down. It'll probably get up a little bit more. So there's some alpha there. From a qualitative perspective, I do not think Snowflake is a good hold at all because I think their growth will have to slow down. That's not just me saying it. That's a lot of people I talked to yesterday that are in the IT space saying it because they already have thousands and thousands of customers. The growth can't happen unless you have new products. Those new products have to be best in class. I don't think they have best in class products, which means they don't ultimately have a technology moat. So I would not advise, even though it's not financial advice, but I would not recommend looking at Snowflake as seriously just because it has dropped. At this current price, I'm only down 5% on my Palantir position. Okay, not bad. My average is 15 as well, waiting for my paycheck to try to lower to 13. The stock decided to rocket up. Yeah, and look, look again, no one should have super FOMO. I mean, the stock is up. If it hits 14, we'll be up almost 100% in 3 weeks. I don't think that's that natural, and I do think there will be somewhat of a pullback coming. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I think AIP determines everything, right? Because the reason I'm not saying a pullback's coming on NVIDIA is because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, why would there be, right? It has been revalued for massive growth. Palantir still is projecting 18% year-over-year growth, right? That's why I said in the past couple of videos, I'm like, I think this would be just a travesty if we only grow 18% year-over-year, given all this demand that Palantir is saying we have. So if we revalue the growth, like let's say Palantir grows at 30% this year, right? Let's just imagine that for a second. $13 is going to be cheap as shit. But the problem is we don't know, right? $13 is a little still expensive if you're only growing under 20% year over year, but we don't know. We don't know if we're going to be revalued for growth. And that's where you have to kind of either buy it and just be like, you'll ride it and see what happens, or wait a little bit and see. And I think AIP will tell us a little bit more. Amit, with Snowflake, the biggest problem is their falling net retention rate. It fell by 7% sequentially this quarter. If that trend continues, there will be serious compression. That is a great point. That is a very, very good point. And yeah, I mean, like, look, at the end of the day, if companies are getting a lot of optimization through AI and Snowflake doesn't really have that to offer, and their net retention is going down, and they're not able to keep up with the growth, I mean, they're going to miss $20 to $25 million of revenue that the street expected for Q2, which is a decent miss. I mean, like, for example, Palantir said we're going to hit $530 million in revenue next quarter. Let's say they come in at 505. That's not going to be good. I mean, like, the market's not going to like that, right? And so as a result of that, that's going to put pressure on the stock. I followed Sachin's advice and sold some Palantir last week and used part of the proceeds to buy $13 calls. Now those calls are up 60%. Wow. Good move, man. $13 calls. I've not been buying any options on Palantir because even though I love the stock, I don't think I understand the price directionality of the stock at all. And you have to have a little bit of price directionality intuition to I think I've been, hopefully, and I will be in the future, correct on the overarching narrative of Palantir. I've been absolutely incorrect on the price action. I thought this bad boy was going to $7 after earnings. I mean, like, I've been so wrong on the price action. And so I kind of don't trust myself when it comes to options on Palantir. I'd rather just buy the shares and leave it there. 1350 now. We are officially up 5% on the day. Something's interesting going on. Volume is at $19.5 million. Where's Tesla? How's Tesla doing? How's Tesla doing today? Yep, just got the Robinhood notification. Palantir's up 5%. Tesla 189. So Tesla's up 3% as well. Tesla's a $600 billion market cap, bro. And Nvidia's at a $940 billion market cap. So investors think Nvidia is more valuable than Tesla. Interesting. That is interesting. Palantir 1353. All right, we're past the 1350s. Do we get to 1360s and then 1370s and then get through those last 30 cents and see what happens? I don't know. Some of the banks are falling. Truist is falling. Is PacWest falling? Yeah, all the banks fell. PacWest, wow. PacWest fell 4%. Western fell. Truist fell. All right, so some of the banks are falling, but you got growth going out. There might be a little bit of a rotation from some of the value names like the regionals into growth. We might be seeing a little bit of that happening right now as well. I may live stream till it hits 14. Well, we're halfway through the 1350s. Now we got to get to the 1360s. It's like, let's see if we can get to 1360. Let's see if we can get there. Let's see. What's the deal with DNA? DNA. All right, let's speak a little bit about DNA as we are looking at paint to dry to see if we can get to 1360. Oh, we hit 500 on the live stream. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. At 36 minutes, we have hit 500. Boom. That is awesome. I think this is for like the third day in a row on the morning stream. So that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is. Let me just say, on a personal level, it is very cool waking up in the morning, and I'm a more of an extroverted person, so being able to just talk. And I used to do this when there were 80 people, 100 people, 200 people. So being able to talk to 500 in the morning is cool. And we've blown through 1360. Okay, 1360 is done. It's right there at 1360. We got through 1360. 1360. Let's see now if we can get through 1360. But yeah, as I was saying, it's really cool to wake up in the morning and just talk to a bunch of people. It's just cool, bro. It's exciting. I think like I've kind of always naturally wanted to be an entertainer, creative person. So this is a really cool outlet, and it means a lot that you guys show up. So thank you all for being here. It means the absolute world to me. All right, it's retracing from 1360. Come on, let's get back there. You were just there, buddy boy. You got a little bit more work to do. You're not done yet. Let's see. Sold my VIX calls for a small gain, initiating a small position in SoFi. Interesting. Okay. We will see. That's not the worst idea in the world. Definitely think SoFi is very undervalued at this point. First time here. Love this channel. Awesome. Drunk Pixel. Can you say how you found the channel? I'm always curious how people found the channel. By the way, guys, while we're waiting for Palantir to go to the moon, I got to show you this Twitter clip from yesterday from the Finance Junkies podcast. So Drunk Pixel, can you say how you found the podcast? Because this is what I did yesterday when someone came on the show and I asked them, like how long have you been watching the podcast? And they were like, well, let's just say I asked for more information and, well, here we go. Okay. The caption is, note to self, if someone gives a compliment, take it and run because you don't know what's coming next. All right, here we go. How long have you been watching the podcast?
I've been watching. I just got in recently, probably 2 or 3 months ago, and I just find you guys very interesting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Why?
Appreciate it.
Why? Okay, so
Accept
I
the
mean,
compliment to move on.
Right, this is the part where amidst translation. Say
Tell me
something
why
nice
you like
about
me.
Like, there's 440 people here. You got something nice to say? You can go
No.
ahead.
all right. I mean, I really appreciate that. You are definitely not the most knowledgeable, and that's not insult, right? Let's just
You
okay.
see, you
Okay,
fucking
okay.
asked for it.
That's perfect.
No,
You
no,
did ask for it. You did ask for
I-
it.
I mean, it's basically learning with the viewers, and I think that's very valuable. And
Bro, that shit was hilarious. Jesse, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. It means a lot. That shit was hilarious, bro. Because I was just like, tell me why you like me. And he's like, well, you don't really know anything, but you're kind of cool. So it was so funny to see that, bro. It was great. Oh, we blasted through 1360. Let's friggin' go. 1367. We are 3 cents away from 1370s. Holy crap, bro. Are we gonna keep moving on? Volume at 24 million, up 6.39%. This is higher than our this is another 52-week high. Holy guacamole. 1369. There we at. There we go. 1370. 1370. 1370. There we are. 1370. $13.70. $13.70. Okay. Here we go. Are we doing a little bit of a runny run? Are we going to 14? Are we going to 14? Is it happening today? True-flation at 2.86%. Yeah, bro. When the Fed cuts rates, oh my goodness, it is going to, and it might not happen for the next 4 or 5 months, but when they do, this shit is going to be fun. And you got to get locked and loaded before that happens. Admit you sure place the fake bricks once you are break even on Palantir. They're not fake. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys. They're real. You guys just don't want to believe me. Was that a Singaporean? Yes. You recognize the accent, right? He's a Singaporean. Singaporeans are awesome. Love Singapore. Big money pouring into Palantir. Amit is like one of the guys. You're interestingly dumb. Bro, that is the best compliment I've got in my life. You're interestingly dumb. Look, I think the thing is about me. I think I have communication skills because I have a debate background and I'm very eager to learn. And so when I learn about something and I get obsessed with it, like Palantir, I can analyze it and I can provide value in analyzing it. In terms of macroeconomics and all this other stuff, I think I can speak on it. I can give some analysis, but in terms of being the smartest guy in the room, that's not me. And I think eventually that could be me over the next 5-10 years if I really put my heart into it and try to understand this and, learn about these things at a deeper level, which I'm really excited to do. But at this point, I'm not, and I can't fake that, right? And I think the most ironic thing is usually that's a recipe for like not winning in content, not being the expert. But ironically, if you kind of just be honest about that and you create a community where people see that you're learning with them, because we were talking about Roth IRAs yesterday. I'm 25. I don't have a Roth IRA. There are people who are like 40 in the fucking chat that don't have a Roth IRA. And the conversation was like, it was so helpful for those people because I was asking the question about what is a Roth IRA. And so I think that is what creates all of the funness of this community, right? That's the kind of fun part about doing it. So it's cool. And some stuff I can speak on a little bit more knowledgeably, right? All right, Palantir's at 1365. Let's see if we get back to 1370. Amit is asking what the viewer wants to ask. Yeah, pretty much. Lisa, thank you for the IDR 16,000. Okay, so I don't know what IDR is. So what is this? IDR currency to USD. IDR is Indonesian. Okay, very cool. Indonesian. Very awesome. So thank you for the 16,000 Indonesian rupiahs. I might be saying that wrong. Thank you for that. That's so awesome. And Jesse, thank you for the $20 super sticker. Jesse, you don't have to do that. Let me, man, I got to tweet Jesse's account. Let me just show you guys his account real quick. Jesse has a phenomenal Twitter account that he does great technical analysis, some of the best technical analysis that I've seen personally on Palantir and a lot of other stocks. So I'm going to just put it in the description. Definitely check him out. Thank you for the super chat, Jesse. It means a lot. $20 is a lot for a creator. So thank you so much. It means a lot. That's why we like you, Amit. I appreciate it, David. Gotta just be honest. Oh, there we go. 1370. We cracked it. 1370. 1370. Amit, how do you not know what a Roth IRA is? No. So let me clarify. I knew what a Roth IRA was. I did not know you could day trade inside of the Roth IRA and like you don't have to worry about the tax implications. That was kind of the thing I discovered. I knew what a Roth was. I was, 6,500 gross tax free until you're 65, all that stuff. I didn't know you could day trade in that shit. I was like, oh, that was interesting to me. So that was the interesting part. Holy crap, up 70%, 70% up in less than 3 weeks. Yeah, man, this is a little wild. We're at 1370. We cracked that. See, the momentum's on our side. 26 million in volume. That's why I'm still staying here because I'm like, is there a little bit more to get? Could we keep it going? Just a little bit. Wow. The price action is honestly insane. Like, as Palantir shareholders, we've just been so like decimated over the past year and a half. We're not used to this, and it's happening. And so that's why it's cool. I'm 54 and didn't know how to trade a stock until 2020. I opened a Robinhood account and did 4,000 swing trades over 11 and a half years and used that to learn and lock in on good companies. That's amazing. That's awesome. See, and that's why I think the podcast is cool because we're doing it and we're all on a journey together. 59 and a half, actually. Correct. 59 and a half on your Roth IRA. Amit is getting too big now. He doesn't even mention my comments. Josh, stop. I know you've been an OG. Do the comment again because there's a little bit too many comments, so I didn't see it. But I see your comments. Also, we responded to your PayPal comment when you called PayPal a bank the other day. Not to put you on blast, but I literally went. Josh was like, "Oh, PayPal's a blank. There's no competitive difference in SoFi." While I'm on the live stream, I'm like, "No, we're gonna prove you wrong." And I find a link just for him and be like, "No, bro, PayPal is not a bank. SoFi is definitely way better of a buy than PayPal, in my opinion." By the way, while we're waiting for Palantir to continue moving up, because I just expect it to keep moving up. PayPal, $59, a official 5-year low on PayPal. Well, I don't know, man. This one, look, it's looking like an exciting buy, but as I've said, I don't think the moat is there outside of the network that they have, which is not the biggest moat. It is a moat. I don't know if it's the biggest moat. And so I'm not buying PayPal. But I can't blame anyone that's buying PayPal, at least for a quick, even for a double over the next couple of years. I think PayPal would still make sense. Square is better. Yeah, I think Square is better. I think SoFi is better. I think there's so many fintechs that are more exciting than just in terms of pure growth versus PayPal. So, it's not the most exciting to me right now. Oh man. Can we get to the 14s? Can we get to the 14s? PayPal is not a bank. I know that now. PayPal is a value play, not a growth play. Personally, a 23-year-old, and I'm a growth guy. Yeah, and it's also like, it's not as undervalued as Meta to me. Meta, people are like, it's Meta at 88. I'm like, yeah, but Meta had no competitors. TikTok was not doing shit for Meta. 3 billion users. Like, advertising, if search goes away, Meta's advertising is going to be way better than Google. Like, people don't realize if search advertising goes away, which has been one of the most profitable forms of advertising, like where are people going to see new products and services? It's going to be on Meta. It's going to be scrolling through feeds, and Facebook is one of the best feeds in the world with Instagram for scrolling to find content. So I think that's why Meta has an advantage there. You were saying something about DNA. Yes. Okay. So DNA, it is a synthetic biology company that is a platform. They don't build drugs. They build a artificial intelligence / robotics / a million other things type of platform all in one that allows new startups to be able to build their drugs and their essentially synthetic ways of reorganizing things that have not been produced synthetically, like weed, for example. DNA did a partnership with a cannabinoid company that literally made synthetic weed, which is just think about the implications of that. If the demand for weed is massive and you don't have to grow plants, you can synthetically create it. I mean, that's a very big market opportunity. So think of that times all of these other things that we can create synthetically. Their platform is what enables that. And they have the best in class platform. Honestly, they don't really have competition. There is another company called Amiris that makes their own products. So they don't really license the platform to other products. So DNA really is a monopoly in this space. It's just super risky because to actually bring a drug to market is difficult. Now, the good thing is if DNA has 70 drugs on their platform, they have an equity stake in all 70 of those drugs because they use the platform to get those drugs to get set up. But the problem is if 69 out of the drugs fail and one wins, that one really needs to win to pay for everything else. And so that's what we'll see. Palantir 1376. So I like DNA, but the problem is it's very risky right now. The macro doesn't respect biotech. So I would let some earnings happen before you get excited to look into DNA. Don't look at it as a $1.56 stock. Insiders have been selling. It's like a $3 billion market cap. You want to give it a little bit more time before you think of it more seriously. All right, Palantir at 1378. So now we are 2 cents away from the 1380s. 2 cents away from the 1380s. This is 52-week highs on Palantir. We are up 7 point. Why are we up 7% on the day? Like let's look at Nvidia, right? Why is that happening? Nvidia's flat. Okay, SMCI is up a little bit, but SMCI is not really that related to Palantir. Tesla's up 3%. The NASDAQ is up 1%. Snowflake is up 1%. C3AI, oh my gosh. Bro, C3 AI cannot be up 7% when Palantir is up 7%. That's just so annoying, bro. It's like, anyway, Palantir's up 7%. What investors are buying C3 AI? What institutional firms are pouring in to fucking C3? Like, I don't get it over Palantir. I do not get it at all. But nonetheless, Palantir's up 7%. I guess the market catalyst is AI because it seems like a lot of AI stocks are up. Nvidia is not up as much, but Nvidia is already up a lot over the past couple of days. But I don't know what the press release we gave today, I don't think is enough of a catalyst for a 7% day. So I don't want to say institutions are loading up right now because 7% on the day, I still think you could be done by retail. It's those days where we went up 12% where I was like, I think you need a lot more institutional buyers there, but maybe there are a lot of institutions coming in. Kathy did not buy any Palantir for the past couple of days, so we didn't see any of that. Volume is now 30 million. Boom, 1380. 1380, 1380. There we go. 1380. Now, do we get to 1385? So if we get to 1385, we might get to 1390. Okay. So we got to see just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. So it's like a drug. It's like, I just need a little more. Just need a little. No way retail's moving a float like this. Yeah, that's the other thing. I keep forgetting the float is 1.95 billion shares. It's very hard for a stock to move up 7% that has 2 billion shares outstanding. That's not easy. That is just not easy. Amit stream is pumping Palantir. Bro, could you imagine? My stream is the reason for it. Oh, Amit about to cross his average, bro. If we hit 14, I'm not. 15 is still my average. 15 is still my average. Oh man, oh man, oh man. 13 million volume is definitely retail only today. See, that's the other thing. I was like, the volume might indicate that it's retail, but maybe there's some institutional buyers there. Yes, AI catalyst, which is why you need to set an exit point for Palantir and plan to re-enter. Well, this is a good conversation, right? If this is an AI catalyst, 1383, does that mean that it is a short-term AI boost, and as a result, you sell when you get to a certain level and then re-enter the stock? That is a reasonable thing to say. Personally, I think it's very risky to do that, because if you did that with NVIDIA, which I have some friends that sold NVIDIA 307, you missed out on a shit ton of more gains. And it's just like 1385. There we go. All right, 1386. Come on. We got 4 more to 1390. 4 more. We're just manifesting this fucking 14 right now. We're just manifesting it right now. Let's see if it happens. And that's why I think it's a little bit risky to kind of do an exit and entry point and just kind of let it ride. So we got to see. We got to see. We will hit 15 the first week of June. You know, that's not crazy, Big Ray. That's not crazy to hit 15 first week of June. That is not crazy to see if that happens. It's not crazy at all. Are we going to ring the bell, Amit? If we get to 14, we're ringing the bell. We are ringing the bell at $13.14. We are ringing the freaking bell. We are doing it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is crazy. And I'm going to ring the bell. Like, bro, $14. Now, granted, again, the paradoxical nature of what's going on is like, I don't think it should be up this much in a couple of weeks. But then again, I'm like, AI is big. AI is pretty big, right? So why not? Like, AI is pretty cool. So maybe investors should look into Palantir a little bit more. It's like we've gone years without water, and it's like someone fucking throws you into a pool, and you're like, bro, I don't need that much water, but if you're gonna give me the pool, like, yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, 1386, 4 cents away, 4 cents away, 4 cents away. 4 cents away, 4 cents away. Have you seen Shopify hold since earnings? NVIDIA's last earnings, medicine. They're all holding. That's a great point. Wow, 1388. Wow. That's a great point, Tess. All these companies have held since earnings. Like, none of them have fallen off. That is a very good point. So Palantir, I mean, that's why my dumbass should have realized going into Palantir earnings. It's like, it probably has a better chance of holding than not, because the whole market is holding. Like, not every stock is just going up and collapsing. So let's see. I think we will hit 20 soon. Man, 20 is going to be insane if we hit 20 soon. I think that would be insane. That would be insane. Amit, any plans to bring in big guests on the show? Okay, so Adam, shout out to my guy, Adam. Adam's been on the show. He's been working some things behind the scenes to hook up some, let's just say, people who have gone on Fox and CNBC to join my morning show. And we have someone in the works. He is pretty confirmed. We were DMing with him yesterday on Twitter, and hopefully by next week he's going to be on. This is a guy who has been a OG bull in the Palantir community, and he's been on all the mainstream networks. I'm not going to say his name because I want to leave it as a surprise. I'll say it like the day before, but we've got an OG bull who me and Adam have been talking to that we're probably, I want to say probably, because I mean, through the DMs yesterday, he seems like, yeah, he's pretty down, and he's going to have his assistant set it up. We're going to have him on the show. And he's going to be talking Palantir. He's not just a regular tech guy. He's a guy that's been bullish on Palantir for the past couple of, I would say, like, years now. And he's been on CNBC, all those big networks. So it's going to be fun to have him on. Alex Carp? No, it's not Alex Carp. Unfortunately, not Alex Carp. It'll be crazy if he comes on AIP day. If we're live streaming AIP and he joins on, what is that? Is AIP on a Monday, June 1st? No, it's on a Thursday. Maybe we have him on a Thursday. That would be cool. We want Kathy Wood. Yeah, it's not Kathy Wood yet, but it is a pretty cool guest. And Adam, I got to give shout out to him, and Adam set the whole thing up. So it's going to be really cool to see if we can actually get him on. It would be dope. Up 50% on my shares. I don't know what to do. Yo, let it ride. Sometimes you got to let your winners ride. I don't know your personal finance situation. If you got to sell, then sure, go ahead, sell. But sometimes it's fun to just let it ride. Just let it ride. Let's see what happens. All right, we got to break 1390, bro. We're there at 1385. We're there. Chris timed this perfect if he didn't sell. Well, yeah, I don't think Chris has sold a lot of Palantir, but I don't think Chris has bought a lot of Palantir either. So this is one of those ones where he's been kind of seeing how it plays out. Okay, it went down, then went back up. I just want to see 13.9. I want to see if we can crack it. We're so close. We're so close. 13.89. There it is. There it is. 1 cent. This is like when it was at 12.99 a couple days ago and it was fighting. 13.89. 13.89. Come on, you're there. You're there. You're there. You're there. All right, I'm gonna buy 1 share. I'm gonna buy 1 share. Here we go. I'm gonna buy 1 share. Here we go. Let's see if I can do anything. Trade options, or not options, sorry. Buy 1 share, 13.85. Boom. It was purchased. Okay. I bought 1 share at 13.87. I bought 1 share. Hey, unlock more buying power. Explore margin. Cancel. No. Robinhood, you're not going to fucking get me. We're not going into margin. We're not doing that, okay? Even though I would love to buy some more Palantir, we're not playing with the margin. When every time Robinhood gives those notifications, I'm like, no, bro, we're not, like, don't even try that shit. We're not doing that. 13.82. All right, so it's falling back down. So 13.90 is it's resistance. It's not getting up there. Keith Fitzgerald is the OG bull. Interesting. That's all I'll say. Interesting. Interesting. Look, even if it goes back down, look at how crazy this sounds. It will go back down to 1358 today. Even if it does, that's up like 7% on the day. If it goes to 1350, like that's how crazy we're getting as shareholders, where it's like, you know, we're like, oh, 1350. It's like, bro, 1350, that's a 52-week new all-time high, or at least 1360 was. But you know what I mean? Like, it's so close. Yeah, it's falling. It's falling. 1370. But still, that would be amazing, right? If we get there. 2 of us guessed him and he skipped those. Oh, you guys already guessed them? You guys guessed them already? Goodness. Well, I didn't say yes or no, but let's just say it might be one of those people you mentioned. I love this community. Gum, I love this community as well, man. This is so cool. It's, again, you know, I made a video. If you guys haven't seen it, it's called Why It's a Special Time to Be a Palantir Shareholder. It's a special time, bro. It's a very special time. We are all here together with this. Again, there's so, with Palantir, you have IL6, you have Carp, you have defense, Kathy Wood, LLMs, democracy, AI, Peter Thiel, geopolitics, ethics, philosophy, AI, all of these things that are happening all at once. There is so much to discuss. It's not just AMC to the moon. It's like real shit that's going on. And here's the big thing about the community. All of us are looking for financial freedom at some level, right? At some level, all of us are looking for financial freedom. Now, I know some of you in the chat are whales and you're fucking rich as shit, and I'm happy for you. But I think 80% of the chat are looking for some level of freedom financially or upwards of mobility through investing. And already, outside of Palantir, that enough, I think, is what makes this community so awesome. Because I'm telling you, bro, my friends, and I'm sure everyone here, if you're in this chat right now, you relate to this, you have friends and family that could care less about investing, could care less about knowing what a stock is, could care less about understanding the markets. They don't care about interest rates. They don't care about the Federal Reserve. And to be honest, all the shit they probably do care about is probably not that important as the stuff that we care about objectively, because the stuff we care about can make us money, like real money. It can change our lives. And so caring about Kim Kardashian's new fucking shit on Hulu is not as important as caring about Jerome Powell speaking. And so this community, the fact that we're all, you know, developing that and getting into that, that's what makes it super cool to me. It's 5K shares a whale. Well, it's more than me, so not bad. $14 coming. Sachin, man, I wanted to get it today, but it looks like we might have to wait a little bit to see if we get there. $19 billion market cap away from overtaking Snowflake. Bro, when Palantir surpasses Snowflake and sustains, and it's not just a meme rally or anything like that, like it's legit, that's going to be fun, bro. Because for the longest, all I've heard is Snowflake knows how to sell Palantir. I'm just like, bro, this is stupid. Like, this is like Carp has clearly laid out why Palantir has a competitive advantage against all these guys. And it seems like we'll get there eventually. Amit, do you think it was wise I cut my loss in AMC and NEO to buy Palantir? Okay, so you're not alone in this, Lisa. Not financial advice. It's up to you. You have to make your own decisions. But my mom, okay, she bought NEO at $60 in 2021. Don't blame her. She made money off AMC. Like everything was crazy, right? She's down on that position. She's down $9,000. I'm like, Mom, it's not coming back to 60. Okay. It's not, and the time you're waiting for it to come back to 60, you'd have to go up 700%. Neo is not going up 700%. It's not happening in the next couple of years, in my opinion. So, I mean, look, it depends on how down you are, but if your average is like 14, no. If your average is 60, I personally would not own the stock. Who's on tonight for Palantir Weekly? I think myself, Chris, Adam. Do you want to be on? If you're watching this, I will have Adam on. Matt Money probably. I'll ask Arnie and I'll ask Dom. So we'll probably have 4 or 5 of us there. So yeah, we'll see. Definitely me, Chris, and Matt will be there, and then whoever else wants to come on, we'll get on. Can you get Sachin on right now, Amit? Sachin, if you're available, I can send you the link. I know Sachin is typically busy around this time. He's in Malaysia, so the time difference is a little different. But if he's on, I can send him the link. All right, so we're at 1375. They care about me getting a useless uni degree. You know what? If you're in university, I graduated university. I would take the time while I'm there to really develop my social skills, make friends, learn how to talk to girls, right? If you're into that, like enjoy life if you're in university, but on the side, do stuff like this. Because on the side, I was doing other crazy shit. I was literally like learning how to set up a Shopify store and doing Facebook ads and all this stuff. So I was getting the degree, but I was intellectually improving myself independently. And I think that's why I became who I am today. But I would enjoy college, man. College is a fun time. And if you get to go for free, if you don't have to pay for it, enjoy that shit. Get some personal responsibility, learn how to, live life and do different stuff, try different experiments. But I would enjoy college, even if, the degree is not as worthwhile. I am on workstation, but family has to be quiet. Yeah, that's what I thought. No worries, Sachin. No worries at all. Appreciate you still. What time we're doing Palantir Weekly? 11 p.m. Eastern. 11 p.m. Eastern for Palantir Weekly. I bought some at 6:30. Not bad. Not bad. Buying it at 6:30. Let's go to Twitter. Let's see what the Twitter community is doing. We haven't even checked Twitter. If you're not following on Twitter at Amit is Investing, please, please, please follow me on Twitter. We got Andrew, my guy, 1370, because there's a great Palantir community on Twitter. So that's why I think Twitter is the best place to do. 14 is a breath away now. Best way to introduce a product to get your clients to do a presentation on it because they have used it. That's really good. Almost over 500% gains in some of my Palantir calls. Look at that. This is why I put Jesse there. He bought Palantir $15 calls January 7th, 2025. Goodness gracious. It's up 140 grand. That's not bad, bro. Shout out to you, Jesse. Those are some beautiful calls. Palantir $15, January 17th, 2025. Look at that. I love it. I love to see it. I'm so happy people are making fucking money on it. I'm so happy because we've been hit for so long, So the Palantir community equals the presence of Sandcar and or any other high-level Palantir executives. Amit Investing has a steady 500,000 people on his daily show. We grind day in and day out. Sham, can we make something happen? Thank you, Adam, for tweeting this, bro. Sham is just not acknowledged every time I said to come on the stream, and he just hasn't come. And I'm like, bro, get on the stream. And none of them have come on. And they know about me. I know for a fact. I've spoken to people inside of Palantir. They know about me, and they actually like me. I've spoken to legit people saying yo, they know you. They like your work. When I mean legit people, I mean someone you guys know has told me this type of stuff. But they're just they're not big on doing press with retail. They're not big on that. And so we haven't seen too much of that yet. Okay, let's see the price. 1375. All right. So I think we're staying stuck around 1370, 1380. Maybe during power hour or something, we crack back up to the 14s. But we are stuck there for now, and we'll see where it goes. Just reactive on my Twitter. What's your handle? Let me put it in the chat right now. Let me put it in the chat. At Amit is Investing. Amit is Investing. They love you when you get crazy and jump on the live stream. They know about you. See, and look, I believe Sachin. So Sachin knows the people in Palantir, so I'm sure he's gotten some messages. But there's another person that we all know in Palantir who has explicitly told me that they might know about me. In fact, I mean, and I don't even know if I want to say this, but fuck it, I'll just say it. There was a chance, okay? Let's just say there was a chance that that I would be at AIPcon. Okay, there was a chance. Now, I don't know if that's happening, and if it does happen, it'll be amazing. But let's just say I was informed by someone close to Palantir that they like you and they want you to be there, and they're gonna see if you have a chance. But it's really difficult to get into these things. I mean, these things are very highly like, it's just hard to get into these events. But I was notified by someone about a couple of days ago that they know you, they like you, they saw your application, they're really thinking hard to see if they can get you. I haven't heard back in the past couple of days, so I have no idea if I can get in there. It's May 26th. The event is in 5 days. I would assume I'm not going to be there, but they're thinking, who knows? Maybe in the next couple of days they hit me up and they're like, "Yo, come out." But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they have probably a million things they're doing behind the scenes to try to get this event right. So it would be cool, but we'll see. We'll see if it happens. We will see. Where's the event? The event's in the Bay. Andrew, it's in Palo Alto. It's in Palo Alto, where you're from. Palo Alto. So it is there. It is Alex Carson. That is funny. That is funny. Do you want to get connected to Foundry for Builders? Not yet, Sachin, because I don't think my startup's at the point yet where we can officially connect or need Foundry for Builders. But eventually, when we're at that point, I would definitely want to connect to that. That would be amazing. That would be sweet, right? That would be crazy if it happens. But, we'll see. I think it's going to be hard for them to get. I haven't heard back in a couple of days. So we'll see. If it happens, it happens. If not. So we will end up seeing what happens. Adam, what are your thoughts on PayPal? Again, I said my thoughts on PayPal. I like it, but I don't think the moat is that strong given that the network is only the moat and there's a lot of competition in fintech. All right. So it looks like we are getting Palantir at 1369, 1370. We'll see where it goes from there. That is it for me. Thank you. Over 500 people for being here. I appreciate it. It means the world to me. May 26th. We have ended out the stream with about 400 to 500 people every single day in the morning. I don't know if that's a new base, if that's what it's going to be like every day going forward in the morning streams. I've done a morning stream every day this entire year. I missed 2 days. Once I was in Kentucky, and the other one I had to go to New York City early in the morning. So out of every day this year, I missed 2 days. And so I guess that's a testament to being consistent, and I enjoy doing it, to say the least. I fucking enjoy it. It means the world. It's so much fun to do it. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We've got SoFi Weekly tonight. We've got a lot of SoFi news to cover. If you're interested in SoFi or haven't heard of that stock, I would definitely recommend checking it out because there's a lot of stuff to discuss, to talk about. And we got Palantir Weekly at 11 p.m. We also will have a ton to talk about tonight. That's it. Thank you for being here. Mike, thank you for being here. Twitter, please make sure you follow the Twitter. Like and subscribe if you have not liked and subscribed. And I will see you guys later tonight. Bye, everybody. Have a great Friday.